All right, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 808 for August 19th, 2024. It's Gamescom week, y'all. And on the show this week, we got Anthony.
The Roland TR-808 is a rhythm composer.
That's that. Yeah, I was going for the 808 beats.
Now, I have a question related to this, I suppose, but because I don't have a list of actual games that use an 808 on the soundtrack. But what's your favorite game soundtrack?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got to be Mega Man 2.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't get through the intros, but I should probably tell you that Terrence is here too.
I am. What's up, niggas? And actually, my favorite video game soundtrack, I think would be a toss-up between Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. I think.
Man.
Okay. All right, I'm going to turn this off because I don't want to shout it. I don't want to shout it. But just real quick, I want candy.
Bubblegum and taffy.
Bubblegum and taffy. Skip to the sweet shop with my sweetheart Sandy. Got my penny saved, so I'm a sugar daddy.
Jesus Christ. This is what happens when you buy something on Amazon and you got to fuck with it.
That's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is. But no, yeah, I think that's probably my favorite. Why'd you ask about soundtracks? What I missed?
808.
808 beats.
Oh,
you know?
Got you. I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, the Castlevania shit's good too. Like, pretty much any Castlevania game, it's got some banging soundtracks.
Absolutely.
Oh man, yeah, it's Gamescom week. Geoff put up his hype trailer and told everybody that there was no Silk Song. So, motherfucker, that game ain't real.
At this point, I don't think it is.
It was supposed to be DLC originally.
Oh well, now
what?
it's
now it's
DL never see.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just so weird.
Even the people who are excited for it at this point are like, I don't even give a fuck no more.
That's how it is. But you know what though? Because we're gonna talk about a game probably that I'm like that now because it done took so. I guess it hasn't taken that long. I mean, it's only been like 4 years, I guess, since they showed it. But like, I'm like, man, I don't even care now. Like, there's other stuff. But that's what happens when you show games and don't wait forever to bring it out.
Yeah, don't put it out like Fable. Every Microsoft first party game. Sorry. Man, there's a lot there.
I love some Fable, but yeah, there's one. Even that'll be like, man.
We didn't even see like. I know that there's in-engine footage of the game, but like we ain't even seen like one with like a HUD or some shit like playing it.
Yep.
Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
We ain't even seen like for any of those games, State of Decay, like Perfect Dark was the closest thing, and even that was like we know that wasn't real.
That wasn't. Yeah. That was Ubisoft magic, like Watch Dogs, the first Watch Dogs trailer type stuff.
Like, what are you doing over there, Microsoft? Like, well, I mean, I know what you're doing. You sideshow bobbing that shit because you step on a rake like every other day.
It's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy.
Anyway, yeah, we got some games to talk about this week. I'll kick it off with Anthony.
So, I've played 2 games. Not a lot, but it's been better than what I've played other weeks. First is I've played more EDF 6. I'm strangely compelled by the story in this one. I don't know if it'll make sense, to be honest, though. So, like, maybe I'm just getting my hopes up for nothing. But it starts very interesting that basically you are one of the last groups of humans that are able to take on these alien invaders. Because it starts, and this is literally before it drops the title card in the missions. It tells you at one point, like, this is now the beginning of EDF 6. And I was like, that's bold. Okay. Because you're fighting the frogs at first, and then you fight some ants, and I'm like, okay, normally you fight the ants first because they're, easily killable. They don't fight back really. And no, you do that backwards, and then they drop the robots on you very quickly, and the robots are hard. I'm very impressed with how quickly this became more difficult. Usually you can go through with the base equipment, a couple stages. And this one I had to really start changing up what weapons I was using. I was using mostly a grenade launcher and the machine gun, which is the base loadout. And then I switched to a rocket launcher. And then I switched rocket launchers again. And then I had to switch to a sniper rifle. I've never really switched to sniper rifles in EDF unless I'm doing a very long sniping mission. But because the robots were such a danger, it actually was helpful. Yeah, it seems like they cared. I haven't felt that way about an EDF from Sandlot directly in a while, because EDF 5 just felt like more of EDF 4, and they had already ported EDF 4, which was 2025 originally, to PS4, so now you had two games on the same system, and they looked very similar. This tries to change that up a bit. Now, these might have been areas that were in the late game of EDF, because I never finished those because the story is usually nonsensical. Literally, I think it was EDF 5, but it could have been 4. But I believe it was 5 where they went, oh my god, they look just like us. And it's talking about the giant frog aliens.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're at in this world. And it's fine.
Yeah, so this one starts off really strong. The fact that it's like, it quickly seems like there is a new threat.
Well, it's clearly frogs.
Well, no, that was just it. The frogs were the old threat. And then suddenly these robots come down, and I've never seen them in an EDF game. They act,
okay. I was going to ask.
Very different. So normally when you have the robots show up, they usually have like a laser. That's kind of, they only have one move, kind of like every other EDF monster, until you get to like the giant lizard thing. That's been in like the
Lizard
last
Man.
It's, I don't know. I have to play more of it still. I usually get like to like 30 or 50 levels in. I'm writing my review. I'm only about 13 levels in, because again, this game is a lot harder than most EDFs. Again, surprisingly, Iron Rain was the one that I felt was like the most difficult because it felt very different than the base EDF. But ultimately, I say that, but they are still just run around and shoot everything. There's not much more thought process. It's just making sure you have the right loadout. You know what? I'm going to say something, because like the comparison obviously right now is Helldivers, which I question if this game is a bit harder because of that. But then I'm like, that this game had to have been in development before Helldivers became huge, because I think it was out in Japan already. But it is more difficult. But like, I think it's more like Vampire Survivors.
I was going to say, people comparing this to Helldivers has always been weird to me, because EDF has always just kind of been like, turn your brain off and shoot shit kind of game, which is, Helldivers is 100% not that.
Right, yeah. Now, there's a bit of strategy, not when you're playing single player, which Helldivers doesn't have an equivalent of, right? But in multiplayer, you know, your class does change your success. Like, playing certain classes in single player is very difficult because the AI isn't going to back you up. But like, there's the one class that allows you to like call in airstrikes and mechs and stuff, and that's great when you're working in a group, right? Because somebody can defend the person that has to call it in. or heal other people. Like, there's no point of doing that in single player because, like, playing the support class is not going to be helpful when there's nobody to help. But yeah, no, Vampire Survivors is a better example. There's a lot of bullets running around. There's a lot of enemies swarming you. So you have to kind of make sure you keep your fire rate up and know when you're reloading and everything. Honestly, if they added an auto fire, it would just be 3D Vampire Survivors.
Maybe that's what they should do. Maybe they should make a Vampire
And
Survivors mode.
Vampire Survivors would be great.
Dude, that's like one of the best crossovers right there. Let's do that.
Oh, now I want that so bad. Oh man. Okay. Especially because, like, with the destructible environments and everything.
Oh yeah, I would be down for that. Like, I've grown tired of the third person, like, over the shoulder EDFs. Give me some Vampire Survivor EDF.
I will say that, I mean, I kind of said this last week too. What's the best EDF? It's the newest one. Even though I'd argue that the best one, if you want the best feeling EDF, it's still 2017, like I said last week. But I mean, this one's doing stuff that's really neat for an EDF game. Is it still anything more than a 7 though? It's like, not really, because, like, otherwise it would be less than 7. If they didn't do something different, it would be just the same game, and then I'd have to give it lower marks because you can just buy the old one for less. So,
yeah.
Still think it's way too expensive. These games should be less money.
Oh yeah, these games shouldn't be more than $30-$40.
I think if you have if this game were released at $40, I would be like, yeah, everybody needs to play it.
That's what they were on the 360.
No, the 360 they were like 20.
Okay, 20.
Oh
yeah,
God.
like they were cheaper than regular games on 360.
I mean, these games started off as like a 2,000 yen title.
Yeah, simple 2000 games, right?
Yeah. So, like, or it was either 2,500, but it was just like, they were cheap games. Sorry.
Was that a marketing term?
Simple 2000 was like a $20 game in Japan, like a budget game.
So D3 publisher had this really smart idea of making these weird little games and selling them for $20 on PS2. So actually, I think they started on PS1. There just isn't as big of a collection. And some of them would be like, here's a Picross title. Others are weird tie-ins to Splatterhouse.
Weren't they on the PlayStation 1, weren't they the ones with the, like, really generic ass covers that just said, like, puzzle game or some shit?
I think that was the American.
Yeah, the American versions of it, but those were the games.
But yeah, I think they were. I think some of them, though, came over without those labels. It was depending on who published them.
Mm-hmm.
I think D3 may have published the ones that actually have the puzzle/action or whatever. I know what you're talking about. There's that little banner on them.
Yeah, it's just a different color with, like, different title. Like, that's literally the only difference in the cover.
I'm looking it up because I know that there's a...
One of my favorite like hidden games on the PS2 was Mobile Light Force, which was just like a fucking cave shooter disguised to look like a Charlie's Angels game.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I think that is a Simple 2000 game.
Yeah, I think it is too. You don't know this one? You've probably seen this cover. Like,
I bet I have.
Let me find the cover.
What's it called? Mobile
Light Force. Oh, there was a PS1 version. I'll be damned.
But anyway, so while he's looking that up,
there you go.
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, yep, I did.
Yeah, like everybody knows that game, but that's literally like a really popular Japanese like cave shooter. It's really good too. Like, that cover is terrible, but that game is really good.
The Simple 2000 series, like, you have there's like 4 levels of game. There's Mahjong.
Yep, I've seen that.
A ton of those. There's the really bad, cheap stuff. There's not a ton of it, surprisingly, but there is that stuff in there that is just garbage. There's this weird experimental stuff, and then there's these like classic games that like were sold for like next to nothing here, so they don't have like an audience that are like a series.
Oh,
Like there's the what's a Power Shovel, I think was like one of the ones.
I love Power Shovel.
But it was a simple
Power
2000 series. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just there's these weird experimental games that just shouldn't exist, but they sold them for like next to nothing. And then yeah, like a bunch of them actually were translated into English, but only released in Europe. So, but yeah, that's where the pricing should be on EDF.
20%.
And then the other game I played, give me a second, I think it's Broken Lens, which is just a spot the difference game. It's got a neat look to it, but sometimes the differences, like, I'll click on it at random because at that point I can't find it. I've used a hint. The hint tells me like what general area it's in. I'm looking and I can't see a difference. And I click on something and it looks like nothing changes, because after you click on something that's wrong, right, that's different, it fixes the two images so they look the same again. And when you don't notice a change, I'm like, was this not programmed? I saw it on Threads, and I was like, you know what, like that. I always like those types of stuff just to relax. So I picked it up, and that's my only complaint. Is sometimes it just doesn't feel like there's a change at all. And that's it. I mean, I haven't done anything else, unfortunately.
Cool. Then we'll move on to Terrence.
Okay. So let's see. Let me get my list here. Trusty list. So I am reviewing Gundam Breaker 4 and Sumerian 6, but I can't talk about those until next
I was going to
week.
say, are those out yet? I have no fucking clue.
Nah, not yet. Can't talk about those till next week. But what I can talk about, or did I talk about this? Did I talk about Plucky Squire last week?
No, because the embargo wasn't up yet.
Okay, I could listen. Sometimes the days and stuff just.
Oh, 100%. I am there with you. Like, I don't even know what day it is now. Like,
Can
come
you
on.
talk about it now?
Yes.
Yeah, the
yes,
preview went up on Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Question.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it good?
Oh, it's so good. Oh my
That's all I
god.
needed to know.
Listen, all of the trailers and stuff that they have shown, it doesn't even do the game justice once you like are actually it's in your hands and in motion. So the setup is, you play as Jot, who is, the plucky squire, who finds out that he is in a storybook, and a wizard, an evil wizard named Humpalump. All these names. Oh god, the names in these games are so funny. Has also figured this out, and he has figured out how to eject stuff from said storybook. So he ejects Jot, and I'm summing it up for you. There's some more ins and outs, but I'm giving you kind of like the elevator pitch of it. But he ejects Jot out of the storybook, which of course thrust him into the real world.
I mean, there's a lot of like fucking language here that could be used for other things.
There definitely is. So when I was talking, I was like, damn, I've used the word. I used the word thrust a lot. I was like, I said thrust a couple of times. That was a little much.
Thrust master.
But are they still around? I remember that I used to get my joysticks. Wow. See, thrust man. Anyways,
yes, they still exist. I Googled it.
That's crazy. All right. So in the 3D world, you realize, or you're told that you are, on a kid's desk, Sam, I believe his name is, and Sam collects beetles. So your first little it's your first little foray into the real world is you have to navigate Sam's desk because he has like all his drawing stuff, and it's normal kid stuff. Like there's Lego stuff, there's action figures, he built a bridge out of a ruler and stuff, all the stuff that we did as a kid when we were bored.
Sorry, you took me to that Family Guy cutaway with the kid on the talk show. He's like, I like beetles. Like
I forgot about that.
Like I was just like, what is happening?
That might be Sam.
Yeah, he's like, I like beetles. I hate the outside.
Yeah, Sam totally collects beetles, and they're like, so he has them like pinned off in these like, because you're running through like this kind of a maze of different stuff he has on his desk, and these beetles are in different areas, and of course this is the tutorial bit, so it's teaching you stuff, and it's like the stealth mechanics of it. And it the stealth really works. Like it's nothing that's too monotonous. Like it's not Assassin's Creed level. But in your like kind of crouch stance, you know, are quiet when you're moving, but he moves at a nice clip, which is nice. So you're not like, you know, super slow like some of them are when they make you crouch walk. But yeah, so he ends up finding a way, you know, back into the book, and then is told to you that you can jump between worlds. And that is really where the gameplay, a lot of the gameplay comes into focus when it comes to puzzles and stuff. So you may have to jump out of, you know, the book and go to this cup and then jump inside the picture on the cup, but then follow the cup around to the other side, like this illustration that's on the cup, to jump out of it to get down to someplace else in the desk and all that. So it utilizes that aspect quite a bit, to much success. And even like the combat switches up. So, you know, combat in the 2D world when you're in the storybook is like, you know, Zelda, like Link to the Past type stuff. Well, when you are outside, it's more like a 3D, you know, third person fighting game, not fighting game, but you know what I mean, action adventure game. So more like the Ocarina of Time type stuff. It's really good, and it's so cute. Like the music is great. The narrator is super funny, who I think Ryan corrected me, but he sounded a lot like Mr. Sheffield from The Nanny. Like every time, you know, I heard his lines, I was like, damn, I swear that's that guy, but it's not. But it's great. And I'm so excited because we got a release date, which I think they just announced it's September 17th.
Yeah, I don't know I think it is the 17th.
Okay. Yeah. It's so, and that actually in that trailer, where he like picked up the words, and then put another one down. That's another thing that the game does for like puzzle stuff. 'Cause you can change the story. So like you walk, as an example, you walk up to, something and it says like, the path is blocked by books. And then you can take off, like, I can't remember which word it was. I think blocked, and you can put something else in the way. And so now like it says like oh God, I can't remember which word it was, but it changed to like the books were like scattered all over the place instead of blocking the way. So it has those type of puzzles too, where you have to go and find the different words and change the story, which in turn changes the environment. So it's definitely a cute game. And like I said, I foresee many a fight, for Game of the Year between Plucky Squire and Astrobot, because they both, you know, I haven't played.
I mean,
Astrobot,
all disrespect
to
fucking Final Fantasy Rebirth over here. Listen to this motherfucker.
Listen, I'm just saying, like I think they both are going to be great. Like I don't mean that. I'm not saying it like in a bad way. I mean that in a good way. Like I think they both are really strong.
Oh my
contenders.
God!
What?
Wombat just put the greatest news of all time in the chat. He's not on the show this week. What is he doing? It's his anniversary, and he's over here. It's his anniversary, and he's over here putting shit in the Discord chat.
Listen, he gonna put that. It's our anniversary. You gonna put that song on for and oh wow!
This motherfucker just posted that they're making an Eternal Champions movie.
Listen, if we find out who that nigga was shooting at, it's all gonna be worth it. That's fine. As long as we can figure out who he was shooting at on the case.
So the only reason this makes me happy is because that means maybe that the game is coming back.
It could. Skydance is doing a lot right now. They got
this movie.
Got
this movie's never coming out.
It might.
It'd be like the Tekken movie or the King of Fighters movie, which I'd be 100% down with. Those are terrible movies, but they're so much fun to watch.
True. Yeah. The one I always remember is the DOA.
Oh, dude, that movie is so bad.
Yeah, it's
But it does have Kevin Nash in it, so
it does have Kevin Nash. Oh, but that's Eternal Champions movie. That's crazy. It's gonna make $25.
Do people one day look back at the Borderlands movie that's apparently awful and are like, "Wow, that was cheesy," and enjoy it? in the same way that some people enjoyed the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. People are calling the Borderlands movie the worst video game movie ever. These motherfuckers have clearly not seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Was that bad? Wait, hold on. That was the sequel one, right?
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah.
recasted Raiden and all that, which
Yeah.
was, oh man, okay, yeah.
That movie was so bad.
They took a lot of liberties. Like it wasn't great, but listen, and I haven't seen the Borderlands movie, and I'll see it.
It's coming to streaming real fast.
I believe it.
They announced it today. It's out on the 30th.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that thing went fast.
Listen, I knew it was going to be a travesty when they said that Kevin Hart was playing Roland. Actors can inhibit, different roles. That's part of the job. That's what they do. But if you played Borderlands and you know who Roland is, nowhere in Roland's performance do you be like,
It makes me sad too because there's two really good actors in this movie, which is Jamie Lee Curtis and Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Like, how do you waste that?
Right.
I know how.
Man.
You fucking, what's his nuts? Randy Pitchford. That's how you do it.
This is...
Go speak on it, man. Go ahead. Speak on
it. The idea of putting Jack Black as Claptrap was a terrible one.
I didn't even realize he was Claptrap.
Yeah, he's Claptrap.
The only reason why I say that is because, like, the Ratchet and Clank movie is bad because it's not funny, which is a staple of the series, and that's the problem with that reboot game as well. It's not funny. It's too DreamWorks heartfelt animated movie.
The Eternal Champions movies happen. Jonathan Blade will be played by Kevin Hart.
Yep. There you go.
God damn it! I've lost my spot.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Jack Black, Claptrap.
Oh yeah. So but the Ratchet and Clank movie was too sappy. But the great thing was they took the key characters they needed. That, like, the voice is important to the character. Ratchet, Clank, and Quark, all from the video games. Everybody else was now a famous actor. Actually, I think Nefarious was the original actor too. That was not the problem with that movie. I would have kept Claptrap. I realized that the voice was changed for Borderlands 3, but I would have brought the Borderlands 3 actor forward. That way, at least one thing is the same from the video games. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So at least there's, like, some reason why people would want to watch it, and it's not all just different for being the sake of having actors, like famous actors, on a poster, their names.
See, and that's what they be doing too. Like, 'cause that's like with Marvel and the whole Doctor Doom thing. Like, why the fuck is Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor? Man, this is why me and Anthony need our own show. Because I need to vent about that, because that whole thing is fucking me up. Like, yeah, they could do some interesting stuff. I'm gonna stop because we're talking about video games. But yeah, you're right. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh no, I mean, that's just it. Like, to me, it's like, okay, so the first mistake was saying Jack Black is going to be Claptrap. They're not the same type of humor. Like, I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, like, well, Claptrap seems to just kind of start being random, and Jack Black's really good at improvising. So why don't we have those two things? Well, Jack Black doesn't improvise in the same way.
Right.
Claptrap is written. I don't know. It just feels like a old school movie. No, the movie studio knows better. But then I know Randy Pitchford was way more involved than he probably should have been on a Borderlands movie. And then, boy, the way he's taken it. Oh. I don't know if that's in the news or not, but
I don't remember if it's in the news. But he's like, oh, you like the way we do the games better? Thank you. Fuck off.
Like, yeah, like when I read that, and I'm like, that was your takeaway?
Heavy copium use.
Yeah. Also, IGN, I don't know what child you have writing your articles, but to call Eternal Champions an obscure fighting game, your ass wasn't around when that game came out. That shit was huge. They made a fucking peripheral for that game.
They made
Spin-offs.
they made other spin-offs, yeah. Like
Yeah.
they made other games with the characters from this.
That game
I
was
think
not
there's two,
obscure
but
in
still.
1993. It is now, but it was not then.
And if you buy any Sega compilation, trust me, it's not obscure. You'll see that it's Eternal Champions and the Sega Genesis version of Virtua Fighter 2.
Yeah.
those are like infamous. I didn't really ask for this Genesis collection.
What the
yeah.
fuck? What the fuck? Some of its numerous heroes include Dawson, a sheriff from the American Wild West,
Yep.
a pirate named Riptide, I'm cool with that,
Yeah.
and a chicken from Vietnam named Crispy.
Yeah, Crispy. There's also a monkey. There's
fuck?
also a senator that was modeled after what was his name, Lieberman. Like he's a character in the game. One of his fatalities is he gives a speech and it makes your head explode or some shit. One of the fatalities is you can
like droopy dog.
There was a
droopy dog voice, but that's what he sounded like.
Yeah, there was a fatality where you like spike them on the Washington Monument.
That's you know what? And again, I never played this as a kid in my youth. Like we never owned a Genesis. I had a Sega Master System, but we never owned a Genesis. All like my cousin and some of my friends had a Genesis, so we would play that stuff at their house. But nobody must have ever had Eternal Champions because I never.
The Genesis version is very light. The one that took it to the next level was the Sega CD version.
Okay.
I would even say this.
Like none of my people really sequel, fucked with that.
Right?
What's that?
Isn't it like treated like a sequel almost?
It's more like I would almost want to call it like a director's cut. I think that's coming from the guy who created it, which unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But like it's more like the game they wanted to make the first one. I don't know if it's considered a sequel. If you look on the back of the original Saturn launch box, the third one is there.
Huh.
But they shut the studio down because Sega wanted to focus on Virtua Fighter. So
I've actually never seen I've never seen a Sega Saturn box.
Oh man, I remember seeing it. Like that's one of the reasons I wanted to get a Sega Saturn. I was like, oh shit, they making a third one? I'm there.
I've only ever owned a Sega Saturn from the in-store display my dad bought.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, the Sega Saturn. That was a weird launch. Like, hey, man, it's available now, and fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
That's literally what happened. They announced at E3 is like, this shit's in stores like today. Go get it.
Wow.
And it was literally only like 2 stores. They pissed off a lot of retailers because they only like launched it in 2 stores. So
it had like no hype or build up or nothing. It was just like, hey, go. Damn.
They showed up at E3 and they're like, this shit's available now with Virtua Fighter, like Panzer Dragoon or something, Daytona. And like that was it.
Daytona. Virtua Fighter, there was. Give me a second. Now
that Virtua Fighter was also fucked up. So, like everybody who bought the system at launch, they sent you a new fixed version of the game down the road.
Okay, let's see. Clockwork Knight.
Yeah, Clockwork Knight, and then they released the sequel to that within 6 months.
Because
Bug.
Daytona,
that's another one. Bug.
Daytona, Panzer Dragoon. Okay, that one. I thought that was maybe later because of how.
No, Panzer Dragoon was the launch game, so was Bug, and I think a Stall.
Pebble Beach Golf Links.
Yeah, that's fine.
Virtua Fighter, which they ended up releasing Remix.
Yeah, right? Virtua Fighter Remix was the disc they sent in the mail for everybody who registered their Sega Saturn. You know, back when you used to get those little white cards in your boxes.
Yep.
Worldwide Soccer.
Yeah, always sports games.
And that was the launch lineup.
Also, Bug wasn't launch? I thought Bug was. No, it was close to launch, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, the launch. Like, I've only ever read about it, really, but...
Dude, I was there when it happened. It was fucking wild.
But like, yeah, the launch games, because yeah, I only have sort of the launch games because those were traded in and were cheap, right? Because they still were releasing the late game, the late console release ones that are now super rare. Panzer Dragoon Saga.
It's fucking hilarious that like what was it, like collectors are like all over that original Virtua Fighter release now, like this is the rare one. Like,
no, it's not.
It's the shitty one.
Isn't it? Didn't it come with every console?
I
have two not for
so.
resale versions. I'm pretty sure it just came with the console.
Yeah, but what I mean by rare, they're like, this is the version that was released first. Ooh.
Yeah, but it's
terrible.
It's not
like,
rare.
It's fucking terrible. Like, there's a reason why Remix was given away for free.
And oh man, the night and day difference too, because it looks like 2.
Huge
it looks
difference.
Like Virtua Fighter 2. Oh fuck. I mean, I think it runs off of 2's engine, mind you, but
the Saturn was like, if you want like a parallel to today, where like Xbox is just kind of dying and dying over time, like it's not moving. That's why everybody calls it the next Sega, because when the Saturn came out, like right off the heels of the 32X, you just felt like shit was going downhill. And it sucked, because when the Dreamcast came out, it had huge momentum, but nobody bought it.
Yeah, I loved the Dreamcast.
Yeah, well,
cool.
The PlayStation 2 announced their release date right as the Dreamcast was coming out, and everybody was like, well...
Yeah, that's what killed it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was, I think, a year or two after the N64 launch, I got an N64, because yeah, we had a Sega Saturn, and my dad kind of knew it flopped at the time. I don't know how.
In America,
yeah, so
let's be
fair.
Buying,
he said, I'm not buying a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And he was a Sega guy. He had a Master System.
God, the Dreamcast was so good. I still will argue to this day that the Dreamcast was the best launch ever. Like, game-wise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff. It was something for everybody.
Yeah, that launch was insane, man. Like Sonic, House of the Dead, Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Hydro Thunder. God, so good. Anyway, we're totally off on a tangent.
Man, I don't even remember what I was talking about.
What's the next game you played after the Plucky Squire? That's probably where we're at.
That's where we were. That's where we were. So I'll go down. So I'm playing Green Hell for review. So that's a
tree puncher.
It is a tree puncher. Well, yeah, but you don't actually punch trees, because this is actually super realistic. So you have to craft stuff. Like, it's even to the point where, because you're in the rainforest, right? So you're in like the jungles, and like there's illnesses and stuff, and you have to find certain flowers and make like bandages and paste and stuff. And the interesting part of it is it has like 2-3 different game modes. So it has like a story mode where you can experience this dude's story and how he's like this doctor who is trying to make contact with this tribe who has not talked to anybody from the outside world or whatever. And then there's like a strictly survival mode where you play like in Minecraft or whatever, where you're just trying to make it. So you're building a base and all this other stuff. And then it has, I guess, which is locked, I guess it's an expansion to the story mode where it's like deeper into the native people's world and stuff like that. So, I mean, it looks fantastic graphically. But I don't feel like it controls well. It's there's some slowdown when you're, turning, looking left and right and stuff. And it just doesn't feel right. But I'm gonna keep messing with it and get that review printed out, get that review done. Shotgun and some stuff here. I played some Mafia Definitive Edition. I'll tell you what, I had bought this before I put it on Game Pass. I really just need to stop buying fucking games and just wait for it to come on Game Pass and try to be like everybody thinks everybody on Xbox actually is. My one thing about this, because I played this game when it came out originally on PC. This was one of those games where I bought or built a PC to play it, because this was, for its time, it was like the graphical game. Like, it was like it, right? When Well, there was a part in it where I don't know if you played it originally or not, but the racetrack mission, like the whole race mission.
Oh yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I think I played probably halfway through the remake or whatever.
Okay.
It's much better than the original game, but like holy shit, that racetrack is so bad.
Like so I failed the first time because I misjudged how well this car would take the final turn thing, and I messed something up. But I managed to finish the mission. But that was my main fucking fear about this game when I bought it. I was like, God, I fucking hated that mission, and it took so long to get past.
Which one?
In the first Mafia game, the racing mission.
The race.
Yes,
it's not as bad in the remake.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like that's actually what I just played. I've just finished that part, and like I was like, okay, this was cool. Like it was okay. So like, now it's smooth sailing. But like, oh my god, that part fucking sucked on me.
In the original game, it was, and I'm going to trigger Anthony here. It was Spirit of Speed levels.
Spirit of Speed.
That's that racing game.
Hold on.
He's thinking. He said, "Hey, hold on a moment."
I'm jogging his brain. He's getting old like us, so he doesn't remember everything.
No, yep. I don't know this game.
You reviewed it like on Xbox. It ran like 2 frames a second. The indie game.
No, Spirit of Speed.
Blocked it out.
Or am I thinking of the old LJN game?
That's the old LJN game. That's
what was the one you reviewed?
Are you talking Grand Prix 3 or whatever?
Is it Grand Prix 3?
Oh, hold on. Now I gotta fucking look it up.
God damn it! My joke got messed up by research. What happened?
Because Spirit of Speed, you said it like and then I'm like, I don't know what the.
Or was it just called Speed 3?
I hope it was just called Speed 3. We never got that movie.
Speed 3 Grand Prix.
That's it.
Oh God! Speed 3 Grand Prix. That's the name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
Jesus.
Yeah. Lion Castle. The developer is Lion Castle Entertainment. Their slogan: "Games that make the world smile." Well, that was a lie.
Maybe if you included some shrooms with it.
Between this and Slide Stars, I am uncertain who is smiling.
Oh, dude, Slide Stars is the worst.
Yeah, okay.
Man. Well, listen, it was much better. So yeah, I'm playing that. I messed with Darksiders 3 for a little bit. That game is not bad.
I just have to quickly say,
yeah, go ahead.
The positive and negatives of Speed 3.
Grand Prix.
The positives. It runs. The negative. It runs and runs poorly.
It's really bad. You have no idea until you play it. It's really bad.
Good. Music is alright. Bad. Music is obscured by engine sound.
Jeez. Was it? I'm assuming this was a budget title. At least I hope it was a budget
title. It was $30 and it shouldn't have been $10.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it crashed my system. Oh no, nice. Sorry, the crash system sucks. Never mind. The performance is bad. It may have crashed. I'm not reading all my crap. It's one of my shorter reviews, pretty much.
I mean, you ain't got a lot to say that this game's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, when they bad, it's not a lot. This is like, look, I'm grasping to give you something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be an optimist in this review, and it just ain't happening.
Yeah,
and that's right. I looked up, and there's no game called Speed or Speed 2.
Yeah, it's like Leonard Part 6 shit over here. It just happened.
Yep, that's awesome. Speed 3, but where's Speed 1 and 2?
Castle Entertainment.
Oh, oh man,
Ponzi scheme, right? Something.
Probably. Oh, Madden. I played Madden. I'm sure you're going to talk about it because I think this is. Or did you talk about it last week? I don't remember.
No, I did not have it yet. Last week.
So. Okay, so yeah, but I played the trial for that. I enjoy it. I started a franchise and been playing it. The Cowboys are. Yeah, no one answered because I haven't watched football in a long time.
I mean, I can disappoint you right now if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
The Cowboys will have a really good regular season record and lose first game in the playoffs.
Oh, so they're just the same old Cowboys.
Dak Prescott cannot win a playoff game.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. Yeah, because it's fun because like the commentators like hype him up. Like I'm like, oh damn, we in there? Oh shit,
dude is in like the top 10 quarterbacks, and I'm just like, why? Like,
wow.
I mean, maybe if that ranking was only for regular season, sure.
Damn.
But as soon as he gets into postseason, it's over. Like it happened last year. Like they had the best record in that division. They were like the number 3 ranked team. Got their ass stomped in the first game of the playoffs.
Damn. Okay. Well,
that dude just can't win a playoff game. There's quarterbacks that are just like that, and he is one of those.
Well, rip the dream. But anyway, I like the game. I'm sure you'll go into more detail, but I've liked what I've played. I think you said that there was some like glitches and stuff like that, but I think I'm so far removed from football stuff anymore. I didn't really notice any. Like the one of the things that really struck me was just the running animations and stuff. Like I was able to like cut and move and juke.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
They've updated the like locomotion system and the animations, and like they look really good for the most part until you get that one tackle where dudes like fall on top of each other and bend in like some fucking contortionist ways and
snap back real quick.
Yeah, there's some weird physics bugs in this game. All this stuff will be fixed at some point. Like I have no doubt that they'll get there. And I guess I could just talk about it now, but like the biggest change to this year's game, I think, is that kind of running animation, and then also like the presentation. Like the presentation is much better. But what kills me about Madden is like they've been chasing the dragon since ESPN 2K5 came out, and they still haven't caught the dragon. Like how the fuck are we in the year of our Lord 2024 and fucking John Madden football, which makes $1 billion every year, not have a goddamn halftime show?
Yeah, okay.
Like, where are we in this world where ESPN 2K5 had goddamn virtual Chris Berman come out, give you a detailed breakdown of the game with highlights, by the way.
Highlights,
And Madden shows you a goddamn map. And says, oh, well, this game up in the Pacific Northwest was really good. Well, then show me.
And they should know that football fans can't read.
Jesus.
Listen to this motherfucker.
This
fucking guy over here. But like the presentation is really good. So they've added 3 commentary teams. Okay. Fucking the one that's from the past few years. They just Control V. Like it's the same commentary from last year, like down to the like situational stuff that they say. The 2 big commentators, like the primetime guys that they got in for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the one dude talks all the time, and it sounds like he didn't even want to be there, and the other dude hardly ever talks.
Like, I think I've only heard one group. Like, the games I've played, I've only ever heard one. There's, like, a white dude, and I want to say a black dude.
Well, I mean, that's 2 of the commentary teams. One of them is Tirico and Greg Olson, which Tirico's a black guy, Greg Olson's a white guy. And then the other team is Gauden. Oh, God, what's the other fucking guys? Charles Gauden. Fuck, I don't remember. But anyway, they're the ones that have been in there for a while, also a white guy and a black guy. And then the third team is a woman and another guy. And the woman is the best commentator, like out of all of them. Like she does the best job. But again, when those 2 are calling, the other dude like never talks. Like I could go through a whole quarter and she's like just nailing it, and then all of a sudden the guy will come and be like, "Yeah, that was a good run."
I'm still here too, guys.
I'm here too, guys. Like it's so bad. It's like, and there's glitches in the commentary too. So like, just as an example, you get into the 4th quarter, and like the game is close, and the defense is trying to stop you, and they'll use all their timeouts to like try to get the ball back. Mm-hmm. After they've used all 3 timeouts, Tirico will go, well, they still have all 3 of their timeouts. Like, motherfucker, no, they don't.
Nice. Okay.
Like, you just said they have them all, but they don't.
Yeah, they just used the last one. What are you talking about?
What are we doing here, man? Like, there's some weird stuff in this game, but it is good. Like, it plays well.
So the complaint is that it doesn't feel organic enough, I guess.
Oh, the commentary is, yes, like,
Which is weird because, let's be honest, like, Madden's probably not using the complete processing power of, like, PS5, Xbox
I'm
Series
sure.
X.
Yeah.
So, and I realize that, like, there's some potential legal things about it, but, like, go and listen to the Spotify AI DJ. God damn, is that pretty goddamn good.
why don't...
And and my thing is that, like, yeah, I understand there's still going to be problems with, like, registering how a name is said just from text. That's always going to be a problem. There's just not going to be a way around that, really. But, like, when you're playing with real players, like, how you have the person say all those names and say certain sentences, right? And then it can be a little bit more organic because the AI can play with it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's an excuse for that when I've heard how some of these AI things can sound at this point.
It's all a matter of, like, they paid for so many hours or lines of dialogue, and it just starts... Like, here, like, all of these commentary teams, you will hear repeated lines within, like, 5 to 6 games.
Ugh.
And it's just
And
like,
then,
come on,
'cause
guys.
the thing with it is, like, to me, it's like if the commentary was better, just, and I hate to give them ideas, but, you know, they would have to be better commentary before they could actually sell new commentary. Wouldn't that be kind of neat to buy commentary from, like, famous people?
I mean, yeah.
Snoop Dogg will show up for a paycheck.
Oh, 100%. And I don't understand how they can't do it, because if you've ever played MLB The Show, that shit is great. Like, that commentary is...
Will they have that?
Yeah.
Or just the commentary is good?
Yeah, the commentary is good.
Okay,
So,
they
like...
didn't have, like, famous people doing commentary.
No. Was it Call of Duty has announcers? Like, Mortal Kombat sells fucking announcers.
Right, exactly. But,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's more interesting for a football game where they're kind of calling it live as you're playing it.
Yeah, because there's literal tiers of commentators too. So, like, you've got your A team, you've got your B teams, and what's funny here is the quote unquote C team of this game is the best one. Like, that lady
Nice.
nails it. Like, she does a really good job of, like when a big play happens, she gets excited. When a big play happens and Tirico calls it, he's like, "And that's a touchdown."
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe he's the one. Maybe that's the group that I've heard. But I've not heard this lady, and now I really want to hear her. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a joke that only Madden people will get, but I swear to God, for the last 4 years, I have heard the line, "Well, he was all up in his grill. He was like a dentist without a license." I'm like, dude, okay, the joke was funny the first time, but, like, this is 4 years in. You've been making the same comment.
You know, the classics, man, they was like, no, we just got to keep putting that in there. It was really...
That's why I
it was
feel
really,
like the regular commentators weren't even changed. Like, they feel like they're the same lines.
I bet it was.
Oh, I don't know, man. We're literally back to the 360 days where the college football team was doing banger shit, and the Madden team is just like, man, we don't got to try.
Yep.
Like people immediately were like, college football plays so much better. I'm like, yeah, it does, because that team, like, actually cares. Like, it's weird. I don't know. It sucks, man, because it's the only game in town.
Yep. Well, I mean, they know that it's going to make $1 bajillion because
it's the NFL, dude. It's fucking huge, and it's like,
yep.
You got no other options. So
are you saying that the college football game actually plays better?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow! And I actually think Madden plays pretty.
Madden plays.
I'm not looking at it like you are, but
yeah, Madden plays great. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but, like, college football feels like what Madden's upgrade should have been.
Gotcha.
Which is crazy. Like, it's just, I don't get it.
See, and that, because, like, the college one has, because I know you were talking about the halftime show. The college one has, like, the fight songs and, like, the intros of the different teams and all that other shit. Why would they not put that stuff in Madden?
Explain to me this. There are 32 NFL teams.
Yeah, it's like 100 and
Yeah,
something
there's
crazy.
just like hundreds of fucking college teams, and they all have unique stadium entrances and animations,
Yeah.
and it's just
That's
like
crazy.
the Madden team's like the same three guys like throwing the ball before the game. Like, well, we're here in Arlington. Well, we're here in
Yep.
Vegas. Well, we're here in Detroit. Like, cool.
Yep.
Can you show me something that like makes like show me the black hole? Show me the dude with the shoulder pads. You know, like show me the fireman in New York. Like, you know, I don't know. Show me the fucking mascot. Put cheerleaders on this. Do something.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. That's insane that because I don't know. I guess when I think about the two football franchises over there, I just assumed, I guess, that they were very symbiotic because that's how, college, you flow from college into the NFL. That's the hope, right? When you go from, playing football. So I would just think that there would be some carryover and stuff between those two things. And presentation, I would think, would be at the top. Like we would want that same experience, but clearly they don't talk to each other for real. They send Post-it notes.
This is literally the first year that they've added like a different Super Bowl celebration in like 5 years. They finally added a draft board, which if you've played the last 5 years, it's literally just been like a fucking spreadsheet drop down list.
Dude,
it's man, and I jumped into the superstar mode because that's one where you create your player and like you bring them up through because there's no connection to college football because of course there's fucking not.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, you can't like carry over a character. So you create a character in superstar mode, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to play by myself. Like it immediately goes into matchmaking when I select to play. I was like, I'm building my character. I don't want to play with other people.
Right. What the hell? I ended up doing that too. Like I was messing with one of the new game modes or something. I don't remember what the option was on the main menu, but it took me into a multiplayer match. Oh, it was like you play like one quarter or something. Like it's like the whoever gets the highest score wins or some sort of like super fast thing. But yeah, it's online only. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, well, okay,
can I not just?
I guess I'm here.
Like, how do I not like just create a character and then like one of the cool things a couple years ago was like you'd create a character and then like you'd play their last game in college.
Oh, I remember that.
And then you would do like some drills and you'd do training camp and then they'd draft you.
Yep,
like that was cool. Like what happened to that? Like I don't know, man.
EA is the king of one step forward, two steps back. Like,
oh yeah.
That's just...
And what sucks is we're coming close to the end of the generation within the next 2 years, so Madden's about to reset. And it's just like, great. So we're going to go back. I don't know. I can sit here and complain about it all day, but I'll be playing it for the next 11 months.
No choice. And you're a football fan.
Yeah, it's the only game in town. It's the only choice I got.
Yeah.
So
man.
Yeah, it's disappointing. At least it plays good. I mean, I can say that.
I really thought that it was going to have the carryover like the old ones did, where you take your college character and you can get it drafted into Madden. That just seems like such a simple, and maybe it's not simple, but like a huge missed opportunity because that college game did gangbusters. Yeah. Like, why would you not want them to cycle? That's guaranteed money. I can take my character and put it into Madden. Like, yeah. What?
It's crazy as it sounds. I feel like these two companies, these two games are made in silos. That's what it feels like.
I think you're right. I would have never guessed because, again, like I said, because there's so much, college into professional football. There's so much stuff there that you would think they would just be in constant contact with each other. Hey, we're gonna do this. Oh, we can work that in here too. But apparently not. Like,
no, they don't even slack. They're just like, fuck you.
No. They got beef. The college team and the Madden team like, but fuck those guys.
Yeah. Let me show you who's the better team. Oh, that's right. It's college.
Crazy.
And we've been out the game for 13 years. We came back and still beat your ass.
Again, which is wild. Like,
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Anthony. What were you saying?
NFL needs to sort of come to the realization that Star Wars came to, that EA being the only person to handle your license is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. You need other people out there doing cool shit.
Because, man.
Yeah. That's John Madden foosball. for 2025. It's here.
All right, I'm almost done. I'm gonna run through the rest of these. I played some more Dragon's Dogma 2. That's a great game. Jumped into multiverses, played some of that. Hunt Showdown, 1896 had its relaunch. So this is not a new game for some people that think that it is. It's the same game, but it's running on the new version of CryEngine. So it looks better and stuff, but it's the same game. So if you played before, your characters and all that stuff carries over and everything. I wish this game had more of an appeal or had more of an audience, because it actually is really cool. I don't know. Y'all know about it? You know what Honey is?
I know what the Hunt 1896
okay.
is. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty. You know what it is, Anthony? You cool?
Is this the Crytek one?
Yeah. So
okay, yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's very tense when you play it. Like, I mean, like, and I'm usually a very chill, very cool gamer, but like my palms will be sweating playing this, because it's like, you know, it's your teams versus
Mom Spaghetti too.
Yes, yeah. Wow, that was nice. Little 8 Mile. But no, I like it. Like, but it's not. There it is. I couldn't get mine pulled up fast enough.
They really need to let you just like overlay that fucking thing instead of like having to press a button to bring it up.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like, it needs an overlay, but it doesn't let you do all that. But yeah, I messed with Hunt. I started Kenna, Bridge of Spirits on the Xbox.
That game is so pretty.
It is a very, very pretty game. I am going to go back and mess with that. It is like Pikmin, essentially.
Kinda with a little bit of Dark Souls combat, but yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. With the combat, I just knew it was going to be an X wire, but then they was like right bumper. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's not bad, but it is very pretty, very pretty. Hopped into the new Fortnite season because, of course, this is the Marvel season, so we got Dr. Doom and War Machine, all kind of skins out there. So playing that. And then the surprise for me of the week was DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos. I know you and Anthony both.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got the two proponents of that game right now.
Yep. I know you both of y'all have said it is a good. Yeah.
So do you know how this came to be?
No, I do not.
Ken, do you know how I found out about this game?
Oh God, I'm trying to remember. You told the story.
Video from a guy we both watched.
Oh yeah, Austin.
Oh, that's right.
Austin. Yeah.
Austin Eruption was talking about, I think, bad DC games, and in an in-between part, he sort of quickly mentioned this being a somewhat good game. So I was like, what? So I rewatched it. I'm like, because it's very quick. He doesn't talk about it very long. So I was like, okay. So I saw that it was on sale, picked it up on Xbox, started playing it. And I couldn't believe the writing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Mxyzptlk is the villain. Already weird, but I'm in. Cool. And then it's like, oh yeah, and now Booster Gold's here, and he's talking he's talking about going to other timelines to steal the costumes for you.
Costumes.
And I'm just like, what? And the references and oh my god, yeah, it's just it's such a good game, and it's way more challenging than you would think.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was not expecting that. Actually, the only thing that I don't like about it is that, because I was playing it with my daughter, the story mode, you can't play co-op. It's only single player. To do the co-op, you have to do the instant action part, where really we couldn't figure out if there was a narrative. You just kind of roam around and beat up people. That's really what we were doing. We were having a good time trying to see who would kill the most people. But
I don't know how so many companies fumble fucking local co-op. It's crazy,
right?
Especially with a game where there's 3 heroes.
Yeah,
exactly. It's right there. I don't know, but we had a good time. But it was fun. But no, it is a surprisingly solid game. It's $10. It's on sale on Xbox right now.
That's less than I paid for it, and I still think it's worth. I think I paid $20 for it when it was on sale once.
I would say it's worth that. Yeah, it is surprisingly good. I mean, if you're a fan of these characters, the DC universe, I think you'll dig it. And then they had me for real when Mr. Mxyzptlk started talking. I was like, Dana Snyder? Oh, we in there.
The fact that he's doing Mr. Mxyzptlk is hilarious.
Yeah, what a perfect perfect casting.
Perfect. Yeah.
I think that's how I sold it to Ken too.
Oh yeah, when you told me fucking Shake was Mixoplex, I was like, okay, we're down.
Like because he like pops up and like reads off like a hint or something for you, like on the loading screen. I was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, we in here. This game's about to be great.
Goddamn.
Go
right.
ahead. Sorry, Anthony. What were you saying?
No, I was I saying something?
Oh, I thought you were. My B. Well, I think that's it for me. Hold on 1 second.
Just quickly, while you take another look, I decided to check in with Lion Castle Games.
Oh Lord,
man! I went to their website. Like it's all trash.
They have a bunch of games there, like Angry Alligator, which has a 3.3 user score on Metacritic. Speed 3, which has a 50 from Keen Gamer and 50 from Finger Guns, and a 1 user review. And somebody wrote 8, and that person can die. Taxi Chaos, which has a 51 on Metacritic.
That game's bad.
Anshi, which has 1 review at 40. Mickey's Storm and the Cursed Mask, which has a 42.
That's the Wave Runner game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's bad.
And these people are like thinking they're going to try to get an interactive fitness game going and a VR enhanced behavioral change for PTSD. Do not use a product for fucking Lion Castle to get rid of your PTSD. Trust me.
It'll just increase it.
Oh my god!
You know what? When
Please,
you
I'm begging society, shut this down. They're dangerous people.
I just don't understand. Like, it's like that Family Guy episode where Chris is like, I think we're talking about
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. How does he keep getting work? Like, how did this company keep getting financing?
It's the shell company, like Anthony says, just laundering money at this point.
It's just, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's so I started playing Dead Space because it was late last night. It was dark. I was like, man, I'm gonna play something scary. Started playing Dead Space. That game is fucking scary.
Fucking right.
I wasn't expecting that.
That game is shit.
I was expecting Resident Evil Village type scary.
No.
And I'm not even far into it. Like, I just I'm at the part where like I got the stasis thing and I had to exchange out the train cars. So I had to put out the 2 little mechanical arms or whatever else. Excuse me. And those things, like, oh my God. I had a heart attack. Like, I had to cut the game off. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my ass to bed because it's late and I'm for real life getting scared. Let me go.
Mm-hmm.
I have to find it again, but there's a guy who it's a bunch of clips of video games, and right before the scare happens, or as it's about to happen, he pauses and exits the game, like in seconds.
Nice. Yep. See,
that's shit.
That's basically me. And that's funny because when I finished, I was like, you know what? I should stream this because it might be fucking entertaining. Because, like, yeah, it's scary for real. It is not Resident Evil. It's Dead Space is fucking scary for real. But I'm looking forward to going back. It looks good, too. Fucking beautiful.
That's a remake?
Mean, gross. But yeah.
Yeah, that remake is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good.
You ain't getting a remake of any other ones.
Nope, they done canned that shit.
That's what I heard. Too. So I'll have to play. I mean, you know, they don't EA
2
play.
got a Series X upgrade, so.
Oh, that's cool. Well, 3 is the one that I should avoid, right? Ain't 3 the one that's not as
3's
good?
fine.
I think that's what I heard.
3's fine.
Oh.
People shit on it, but it's fine. It's good. It's the only one that's full co-op, too.
That I did, yeah. I do remember. And I think is that what the problem was? They didn't appreciate it because it was co-op?
I don't know
I know
what the
people
problem
hate on
was.
Resident Evil 5
people
because of
just
that.
Buying bullets.
You say time bullets?
Buying.
Oh, you gotta buy bullets?
That's in 2, right? The microtransactions? Or was that 3?
No, that was 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, EAing is what that is.
Yeah, but it's still fine. It's perfectly fine. You can just skip all the shit. It's fine.
I got you. Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I'm at. That's what I've been playing.
All right. Well, I'll wrap this up quick because I already went on my tirade about Madden. I'm playing a couple games like you I can't talk about, which is Shadow of the Ninja Reborn and the Sunsoft Collection, which I'll talk about in September, I believe, on both of those. The indie games I rolled through this week. I did play Rewind or Die. It's just as bad as you think it's going to be. It's like
Rewind or Die.
It's literally like a PS1 like style horror game in first person where like you work at a Blockbuster.
Oh wow! It's
not
really about rewinding.
Yeah, it's about working in a movie rental store. Yeah, that's what
it's God, I Death Combo, something like that. What's the name of the title again?
Rewind or Die. Yeah, it's
Puppet Combo, I believe.
It's
Puppet Combo. That's all their games. They're all like weird,
gotcha.
PlayStation 1 looking horror games.
Yeah, I was out almost immediately. I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me. I played a game called Bloodhound, which should 100% be up my alley. It is literally like a really fast-paced first-person shooter, kind of in the vein of Doom, where you're shooting a bunch of demons. This game plays like ass. Like, the camera movement is so fast, the enemies are faster, and half the time I feel like I'm just... It's literally like... Take 2 steps to a Devil May Cry thing where like it locks off the level and then you got to kill everything before the level opens and you can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, ugh, so bad.
Damn.
I just, ugh. I played a game called Just Crow Things, where you're a crow and there's a dedicated shit button. I would like to tell you that this is a good game, but it kind of plays like crap. So,
well, damn.
Yeah, I was actually interested in Mad Devil's Damned Finite Edition. Damned Finite. That's okay. It's a isometric perspective shooter during World War II with like monsters. So like all of that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then I played it and it plays bad, and I'm like, God damn it. Why do all the cool games gotta play like crap, man?
Yep.
You're not alone in that thought. There's like 7 reviews on Steam. Negative.
Yeah.
Negative.
Like, I was excited when I downloaded it. I was like, man, this is gonna be cool. And I played it, I was like, this is not cool. Oh.
What is cool? Bad segue, but I'm like, I remembered other people being in that Cosmic Chaos DC game. Nolan North is Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dietrich Bader's Batman.
Yep.
And then Terrence T.C. Carson is Green Lantern.
Fucking right.
Is he? I haven't actually heard the other ones talk outside of like, because when we realized it wasn't co-op, we just went directly to the instant action thing. So I haven't heard the voices of all the other. That's cool. All right.
I'm playing more Doom and Doom 2, which is always a good time. That thing is amazing. You should play that. All right. I'm ready for... Well, I played a lot of Rock Band, and I played a little bit more of Overwatch because season is over. I think today's the last day. Season 12 starts on Tuesday. And they're resetting the ranks again because they admitted the last time they did it, they fucked up, which basically everybody was 1 rank lower than they should have been. It's like, y'all shouldn't have fucked with it. Just saying.
Right. Jesus.
Like, because I've literally been stuck in 1 rank lower than I have been for the past, 4 seasons. So,
yeah.
But this season's actually got me excited. Like, there's a new character, there's 2 new maps, there's a new mode. Like, there's a lot this season. So,
Anthony,
I'm excited.
Are you gonna revisit this season? Are you gonna come back?
No, he won't come back till 6v6.
Oh, is that not this season?
No, it's probably 13 or 14, most likely.
Oh, okay.
And then the last game I played, Anthony, we talked about this quite a bit, and I didn't even realize it came out this week, but I played Castaway.
Bought this game, but I have not had the time to play it.
Yeah. You know what? It reminds me a lot of Blossom Tales, and I don't say that as a negative, but I just feel like how we're 30 years on and still nothing can match a game from 1990, because everybody's been trying to ape Link to the Past.
See, I looking at this one, I was like, you know what? You can't be Link to the Past, but you can maybe be as good as Link's Awakening.
I don't... it's fine. It's just a lot of the tropes you expect. Like you get your sword at the beginning and you've got to roll, and then once you get your sword you can cut the bushes, which opens a pathway, and then like one of the first dungeons you do, you get your pickaxe so you can break rocks. It's got rock pushing puzzles. The combat is fine. I don't know. It's like I don't hate it, but at the same time I'm like I don't feel the need to keep coming back to it. I don't know. I feel like it's like I like Blossom Tales a lot. I think those games are really cool. They've got really interesting dungeons, but they also at the same time feel like it's going to be short. And I feel like this is going to be short too. And kind of not. Also, how do you not make a game that looks as good as Zelda in the year of our Lord 2024? If you're going to ape it, you might as well make it look like it.
Well, I still think it was going to trying to look like Link's Awakening. Again, low bar, but
I don't even know if it has that good of design. I don't want to sound like I don't like it because it's a good game. I think I was just hoping for a little bit more. I'll probably finish it. Like
I never go into a Zelda like expecting Zelda quality.
Well, I mean, I might say that if I wasn't talking about like a 30-year-old game.
Yeah, I still. It's kind of like how even today, 3D platformers. Is there anything that feels as good as Mario?
Yes, it takes two.
Two, and that's it.
I was gonna say I've got one.
Literally my answer too. But other than that, think about it. None of the other games that are trying to be like Mario feel as good as Mario.
And that's why I will always prefer Mario. Like I said, I don't hate this game. I just feel like it is going to be short, and it doesn't really do anything that kind of like sets itself apart.
I'm looking at this game again right now, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like the Link's Awakening DX. I think intentionally, with a little bit more color, but not a ton of it.
Yeah, like there's nothing that will surprise you when you play it. Like it's a good game, but everything you do, you'll be like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, we got it, we're good. Like that's the way I felt when I was playing it. Like I didn't hate it.
See, I like that. I like that because I think part of it is that I'm okay with the Zelda ripoffs because like Zelda
I like
generally
them too.
Doesn't have you a ton of backtracking, right? It's always really optional.
Mm-hmm.
Where like as opposed to like Metroidvanias, where I'm like, oh god, like some of these games just don't understand what makes Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night good.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I feel like it's easier. It's easier to match like a lesser Zelda quality, so I'm never as worried, especially when it's $10. Well, it's $10 for me, less for you. But...
$10 for Castaway?
Castaway, yeah.
God, I didn't even realize it was that cheap. I feel better about what it is. Yeah, it's $8 here.
Yeah, like I was like, so yeah.
I thought it was like $20 or $30. I was like, oh, okay, $8. No. This game is fine. This game is perfectly fine.
Right. See, exactly. That's so sorry.
Which is hilarious when people when people do reviews. It's always driven me crazy. They're like, I don't factor price in. You fucking should.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, there's a big difference between a game being like the expectations for a game when you spend $30 on it and an expectation when you spend $8 on it. Like,
that's the reason why like things like Vampire Survivors is insane.
Dude, I would pay $25, $30 for that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not my thing and it's not Ken's thing, but Balatro is another example.
Oh yeah, people pay out the ass for that, and it's really cheap. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, now that you tell me it's $8, oh yeah, you should totally pick this game up. I didn't know how much it was. Like, I didn't look, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have brought that up earlier.
Yeah, no. Like, for $8, oh, 100%. Like, fucking, yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, Blossom Tales, I think it's $15.
Yeah, it's super cheap. It's like $12 or $15. I can't remember.
And the other one is Oceanhorn, the first one.
Yeah, the second one is not great.
But Oceanhorn is always on sale.
Oceanhorn is great. Like, that feels 100% like the Link's Awakening remake, but like a budget version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like
I
that
still
game.
can't believe that was a mobile phone game first.
Yep.
Yeah, that second game not as good.
It was okay, but it wasn't as good as the
No.
first one. I played the first one on my phone, actually.
I played it on
second one was
Xbox because it eventually finally came out, and then I tried to play the second one on Xbox. And I'm like, you're trying to do too much, and the reason the first one worked is because you kept it simple, stupid.
Yep. Yeah, they tried to cram a lot of stuff in the second.
Yeah, the second one has way too much shit. Like, I think I got through the first 2 dungeons, and I was just like, man, I don't really care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it though. That's what I've played this week.
I do want to add 2 things that are video game related.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's Pacific has Sega characters out.
Sega.
So they have the rights to the Sonic, and they make the Sonic figures and all that. But right now they have 3 Sega characters out, and I have the Altered Beast werewolf up next to the placard from the arcade. It's really well done. They also have Axel from Streets of Rage and II from Monkey Ball.
Oh, nice.
But they're actually quite neat. I was hoping for a Knights figure. Of course I won't get that.
No, there's probably some. Yeah.
And while I was in the toy aisle finding that, I picked up one of those. It was a very small Mario set. From the one that's like an actual like little computer, but it doesn't have that. It's just 2 Yoshis. Man, those are pretty intricate. Like all the Mario enemies are actually built out of bricks. I was very surprised by that. Like I didn't realize how much building goes into those Mario sets. I figured they were more for like little kids.
Is this the new Lego sets?
No. This one is newer. It's 2 Yoshis for the interactive Mario playset thing.
Gotcha.
It was like $13, and I was like, I like Lego.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for some Lego stuff.
I was really impressed by those. Like I know that like some people were disappointed that the Mario sets they were doing weren't like minifigures. They were like that weird computer one there. He's got like a barcode scanner on his feet.
Yeah.
I just can't believe like Yoshi is like a bunch of like probably like 50 bricks.
Huh.
So
I did.
that was. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna move on, but go ahead.
No, that was it. I was just sorry. That was all I was saying.
No, I was just gonna update. I started writing my review for that little portable thing I talked about last week. And I did get an update that they're removing the Saturn and the PSP games, which is good. So, yeah, because those don't run really well.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Like you should just like if it doesn't run well, you should just take it off. Like nobody's gonna complain.
Not like with an update, obviously. Though.
No, because there's no internet. But like future versions that they sell, they're gonna remove those games, which is funny to me. I'm like, I can't even update this fucking thing.
All right then.
But I can just plug the
That's a rare
SD.
one.
Yeah, I was just gonna plug the SD card in, and I could delete them if I wanted to. Yeah, do that. Anyway, let's talk about what's out this week. Series X, PlayStation 5. We've got Tiebreak, the official game of the ATP and WTA. I don't fucking know what that is. Black Myth Wukong is out this week for PlayStation and PC.
Not for Xbox though.
No, because Xbox Series S. It's another rake.
Mm-hmm.
Dustborn, Numata, Mangavania 2, My Lovely Empress, Parking Masters, and Rise Eternal War. What else we got? Concord is out this week. Did you hear?
What is Concord again?
That's the Overwatch game from PlayStation.
Oh, I'm out.
My man was out immediately.
Because you got to pay for this one. Was it like 50? Is it $50?
I mean, it's also probably only PlayStation 5.
Yes, PlayStation 5 and PC.
Easy. My PC ain't running it, boys.
And then we've also got Tales from Toyotoki, Arrival of the Witch. Sure. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Nothing. And nothing. Oh no, there's a new Airy game out this week.
Oh, of course there is.
Airy Ancient Empires.
Who's buying these?
I don't know. I get them free and I don't even play them anymore.
Like it, man. Like I see them on like when you scroll through the Xbox store, like the upcoming stuff, and there's like a bunch of, and I'm like, what? Who's playing all these? Like,
dude, I go through my library on Xbox, and every time I see them, it's like literally like 6 rows of like Airy games.
yeah, crazy.
Nintendo Switch, we've got, what do we got? What is today? The 18th, so we've got...
Hentai Universe 17.
We'll get there.
Holy shit.
Just hold on.
Fucking
We'll get there. We've got DCK,
Puzzle Masters Naked Ladies Extreme. Some stupid shit like that.
Part 7.
Part 7.
DCK Doc Chess King. We've got Rack and Slay. Stumble Guys coming to Switch.
Excuse me, sorry. Is it Stumble Guys?
You didn't? This came out
It's
on
the Fall Guys clone.
Yeah, it's a Fall Guys clone. It's been out for a while on other platforms.
I don't.
It started out on mobile.
remember.
What's crazy about it is that I think it's actually doing better than Fall Guys, which is kind of funny.
Well, Fall Guys is now doing a crossover with Fortnite because you got your chocolate in my peanut butter. Because whatever. I don't even know anymore. Whatever. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. White Eternal. That sounds racist. Argol Cronus Castle. As per my last email, that's pretty funny. Ataraxy. Colorizing. Korean Drone Flying Tour Jeju Island 1.
Hold on now. Korean Drone
Flying Tour JEJU Island -1. That's the name of the game. Quiet.
I have to know. I have to know what the fuck that is.
I mean, it's right there in the title. It's a Korean drone flying thing through Jeju Island.
It's
1.
It literally is
One.
like you control a drone and it plays you video footage of the fucking island.
Yeah.
Wow.
What else did you expect? There's a goddamn calculator on the Switch you can buy. Like, what are you thinking? Like, I don't know what you're thinking. All right, Quiet Mansion 1, Ring Sculptors, Rise Eternal War. Tell me if you can tell me what this game's about. Sky Airplane Racer, Flight and Fight Simulator. It's all right there in the name.
So, Fight and Flight Simulator. It's good times.
Vern, The Shape of Fantasy. God, I hope that's an Ernest game. That would be great. Etchy Memories. Yeah, the kids don't know what Ernest is. He was dead before they were born. Sad. Hatch Tales, Lost in Heart of Chernobyl, Survival.
Hold on. Go back for a second.
Which one?
Hatch Tales?
Hatch Tales.
That game ain't coming the fuck out. That was the oh fuck, I don't remember the name because I hate them now.
Okay.
Atui. That's the Atui game that like he had a Kickstarter for back when it was called Chicken Wiggle. He was gonna port it to Switch.
You're saying words, but I don't know what they are.
What?
He took all the money and then like, dude, it's been like a decade.
Chicken Wiggle sounds like something
7
you
years?
do while playing some of these Switch games, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And he's like changed it so it's now it's grittier. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
People are like, why did you change the main character? I don't know, man. I just don't think it's coming out.
Terrence's trilogy's coming out. The Magnus trilogy is out this week.
I'm very proud of it.
I'm sure you are. Pixel Retro Drift, Arcade Car Racing, and Thermonuclear. That's your Switch games for the week. Please be excited. All right. News. Xbox news. The new Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will have a trailer at Gamescom. Cool. That's what we need. More trailers of that game instead of a fucking release date. That's cool.
Guys, there's just
think
so
they'll probably
many
get the release
games coming out this year that we need to give you time to enjoy them all.
That's what they're going to
Well.
say when they delay Indiana Jones to 2025.
Goddamn, you know it is. Oh, fuck.
According to Nate the Hate, this rumor is making the rounds again. Final Fantasy 16 is being announced for Xbox whenever Square decides to announce it. Man, I need to get into this insider stuff because, like, we saw the news
Do
of
you mean grifting?
Say
you mean grifting.
Yes. We saw the news of another Xbox game coming to PlayStation this week. Came from Shinobi, which I don't. How does he keep getting away with doing this when he's a dev that works with PlayStation and Nintendo?
Thank you. Like, every time I see, like, that's what I'm like, sir, what?
Like, everybody knows who you are.
Right. Like, whatever.
Also,
yeah, I read that.
Like, if you remember back, there was another time that after those 4 games came out, everybody's like, well, there's another game coming. It's Starfield. No, it's this. No, it's that. No, it's this. No, it's that. Nothing ever happened.
Yep.
Like, I totally believe there will be more Xbox games on PlayStation. It's 100% going to happen. But y'all need to stop making up shit like, well, I know what game it is. No, you fucking don't. You knew it was Starfield. This week, you knew it was Forza. You knew it was Flight Sim. You knew it was the Halo Master Chief Collection. You knew it was Gears of War.
This is the same rant I used to have about the Nintendo insiders. I guess Nintendo just doesn't have the same appeal anymore to these grifters.
Well, Nintendo's in its console transition, so
yeah, we'll hear it closer to the end of the year, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely.
But that was the same thing with its Metroid Prime trilogy. It's Metroid Prime trilogy. It's Mother 3.
At least it was only like 1 or 2 things. With Xbox, it's like everything.
That is true. It is with everything, but nothing is as constant then, at least. So you don't have to hear it for years.
How those Zelda ports to the Switch? How are they doing?
Exactly. Yes. Fucking annoying.
I'm still pissed about those. Like, we never fucking got them.
To me, it's like I could totally see Nintendo not working on those.
You know what? I could totally see Nintendo working on those. They're done and just never putting them out. That's Nintendo, man.
Equally is valid, but I just think that like Nintendo doesn't always think the smartest when it comes to business. Wii U.
Yeah, those 2 games would have sold a fuck ton, and they didn't put them out. I don't get it.
Yeah.
They did fucking Mario versus Donkey Kong, which sold like ass.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly they don't think smart. Like, why Mario versus Donkey Kong? Why right now? Why not a collection of all of them? Why not include Donkey Kong 94?
Because Nintendo gone Nintendo.
Right, exactly. So that's the reason why I'm just saying, like, I could totally see them just being like, what? No one told us that Twilight Princess and Wind Waker should be ported to Switch.
Yeah, it's not like those games would make money.
Being totally like, yep, that sounds like them. Fucking head in the sand sometimes.
PlayStation Plus games were announced for premium and extra for August 2024. We've got The Witcher 3, Wild Hearts, Cult of the Lamb, Ride 5, Watch Dogs 2, Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, Sword Art Online, Alicization Lycoris, that sounds dirty, SAO Last Recollection, SAO Fatal Bullet, and SAO Hollow Resolution, which that's Sword Art Online. So if you didn't get enough of that, you got 3 games. Their classics are Vacation Simulator.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Vacation Simulator?
I don't fucking know. Another Sword Art Online game, Lost Song, and they're finally doing something cool. Time Splitters 2, and Time Splitters Future Perfect are coming to extra.
Oh, Wait, I guess it can be played. No, it's VR only. So Vacation Simulator is just a job simulator.
Well, I guess it's just the extra tier, so I guess you just get a VR game. It's not like a classic game, I guess.
But I don't know if it's available for VR 2.
Oh, probably not. Sony didn't care about VR. They just made one.
Oh, no, it's available. Okay, no, it's available on PS4 and PS5, I guess.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
MEO, The Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club demo is launching today, as of this recording.
And they're doing something weird with it, where they're like adding updates to it, I guess.
The demo?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So like you'll get to play a little bit more or something like that. I'll quickly check it. I'll chime back in when I find it.
All right, we got some release date announcements. Omega 6, The Triangle Stars, coming to the West in 2025. I really need to increase the size of this. Hang on. God, this thing is small. Oh, if I do that, the image just resizes. Jesus.
Okay, so here it is. So the demo comes out on the 20th. Chapter 1 unlocks then. Chapter 2 unlocks August 23rd. And Chapter 3 unlocks August 28th.
Okay.
Huh.
Cool.
And then the full game is released the 29th.
All right, my old man eyes can now see this because I just opened the image in a new tab. Hot Wheels Monster Truck Stunt Mayhem is coming. I got excited for this till I saw who was making it.
Who was making it?
Outright.
It's Game Mill.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Retro Realms Halloween and Ash versus the Evil Dead launching October 18th for basically...
Who would be worse, Game Mill or Outright?
Game Mill.
Game Mill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this Retro Realms game looks cool. It's like a 2D horror game. It's $50.
Yeah.
It's $50.
Yeah, I'm confused at a couple of things about this one. One, the price, because what? But it's like, yeah, it's a retro, like you said, side scroller slasher, but like Michael Myers, like the Ash thing, I get, right? That's okay, yeah, Ash killing deadites, whatever. But Michael Myers?
Yeah, you just go murder people.
You're just murdering people, just fucking them up. All right, well. But yeah, that price tag. What'd you say, Anthony? You said, what is it?
What is this?
It's a side-scrolling like horror game, like pixel art.
And it actually has the licenses?
Yeah, it's got Halloween and Ash. Yeah.
It's being done by they did one of those games that I've played. One of those
that says nothing right there.
I know. I when I said it, I was like, that could be fucking anything. You play all of them. I don't remember which.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
It might have been the Friday the 13th people.
Evil Dead.
Oh, okay, the Evil Dead people. Okay, yeah. They did the Evil Dead.
Cobra Kai Card Fighter.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but okay.
I mean, it's right there in the name. It's a card battler about Cobra Kai.
I'm surprised you haven't played it, judging by the name.
I actually am a little bit too, because I do play a lot of those.
We talked about this earlier, but Bakaru, is that how you say it? Bakaru?
Bakaru.
It's coming.
No, I have no idea. When I hear it in game, I'll let you know.
Okay, it's coming to the West on Switch and PC on September 3rd, published by Spike Chunsoft.
I knew it would. I'm just now gonna have to buy the English physical release too. Love it.
Snezinka Sentinel Girls 2 launches in August on the PC, whatever the fuck that is. Crossy Road Castle launches on September 11th. Oh, okay. On everything. It's already out on Apple Arcade, so there you go. Anything else interesting in here? Let me see. Age of Empires Mobile coming in October. Dragon Age The Veilguard launches October 31st. That Antstream arcade streaming service is coming to PlayStation. Boys, it happened. Are you excited? I wish Wombat was here. I just want to hear his disappointment. The Legacy of Kain collection was announced this week.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
For the Evercade.
I was impressed when I saw it.
The Evercade.
I love it.
You would.
No. And then didn't I read something that the
Oh,
Evercade,
wait,
the
is that
system's
because-
getting pushed
is that
back or
because you-
something?
The Evercade's been out forever, so.
Oh.
I just realized why y'all are upset, because you saw the Legacy of Kain collection of the ESRB. I'm sorry. I thought it was neat when I heard about it, because I totally forgot the other thing was a possibility.
Yeah. Here we are.
I was like, I didn't know the Evercade could be that powerful.
Yeah. Plucky Squire, you were right, September 17th. Also day one on PlayStation Plus Premium /Extra.
Oh, lucky them.
I hate that fucking name. God, these tiers of these subscription services need to fucking die. I'm so tired of trying to figure out. The Xbox got like 12 of them now.
Makes me long for the days of live silver and gold.
At least that made
Right.
sense because they were all like tiers. Like it made sense. Like level 1, 2, 3 kind of thing.
And it made sense because, it was literally like gold, which is better than silver. We use this tiering system for everything.
Yeah. And if you wanted to make a subscription service, you should have just fucking called it Diamond. Boom.
Yeah.
Done. Power Wash Simulator, the Muckingham Files 4 is now, that's free DLC, I believe.
I'm going to end up having to buy this on Switch.
Oh yeah, it came out on Switch. I could probably get you a code.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I can.
But I'm not going to stop you from trying.
Okay.
The reason why is because all this DLC comes out, and I'm just kind of interested in seeing all of it, but I don't need to see it in the greatest detail. I'm going to use this game to relax more than anything.
Oh, this game is a great relaxer. You just sit there.
Oh, I played a bit of it on Xbox when it was on Game Pass.
It still is on Game Pass.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have Game Pass, so.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah. Beetlejuice arrives in Multiverses on August 20th. Gimmick 2 launches September 5th on Switch and PC, later this year on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm stoked for this game. I don't know if you ever played the original Gimmick. The music is so good.
This year is so weird for releases.
Yeah.
Me. Maybe is there anything that's big this year so far?
Big as in what?
As in, like, God of War.
Final Fantasy, dude.
Oh, that, man, it feels like that came out last year.
No, it came out this year. Yeah.
It came out early this year, though, right?
Yeah, it was like first
March?
quarter, I think, yeah.
Okay, maybe that makes me feel less bad about forgetting. But, like, is there anything that's even competing with that?
For me, it's Stellar Blade.
Helldivers, I guess.
Stellar Blade and
Stellar
Helldivers. Yeah, like those are big games.
Those are still, like, not the standard for...
No, with
AAA
Sony not having anything and Nintendo transitioning and Microsoft sitting on their hands, no, not anything.
I don't know, it just feels like it's great to have all these games have the opportunity to, like, breathe.
Oh, 100%, but that's about to change.
It's very odd how I feel like everybody's list this year is going to be very different.
Well, it's about to change, too. We're about to get Astrobot, Plucky Squire, Star Wars. There's something else big.
Zelda?
Call of Duty, Zelda.
Yeah, for sure, but I just don't think those are...
I think Astrobot will be.
Astrobot's probably the last big one, I think. Although, watch me be wrong and just send Sony a sign.
And if Indiana Jones makes it out, there's that one.
I just don't... I'm not even thinking about Xbox games that way, because I just don't trust them.
I mean, that's fair. What else we got here? 2 Point Museum was announced for Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. Until Dawn got a release date. The remake, remaster, whatever the fuck it is. October 4th for PS5 and PC. It's also $60, just so you're aware of that. Speaking of Xbox stepping on rakes, Replaced, you remember that awesome looking indie game? It's now been delayed to next year.
Yeah, I don't feel it's never coming. I mean, good
Nope.
Lord.
That and Hollow Knight will be out on the same time.
Xbox curse.
Oh, 100% an Xbox curse. They also, which is kind of funny because they have the marketing rights to Silksong, just FYI.
Nice.
Terminator Survivors early access has been delayed to 2025. GTA San Andreas VR development has been, quote, put on hold indefinitely, which means it's never coming out.
I didn't even know that was really in any real development.
Well, it is. Well, it was. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
And then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been delayed to February of 2025. So. All right. What is next? Let's see here. Anything interesting here? A note for Red Dead Redemption on PC appeared on PSN, so maybe there's a PC port of that coming. According to the voice actor of Geralt, he will be in The Witcher 4, but not as the lead character. Adam Williams, the lead writer of Star Wars Eclipse, has left Quantic Dreams to form his own studio.
Speaking of a game that's never coming out.
Yes.
I forgot about that one.
Everybody forgot about that.
I'm going to be honest. It's going to be bad.
Yes. Activision is announced. Oh, go ahead.
Have any of their games been amazing outside of like Detroit?
Fahrenheit was good.
Played, too.
Indigo Prophecy.
I did like Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit was good at the beginning.
Yes.
Or Indigo Prophecy. Is that?
Yeah.
It's the same game.
Same.
I liked. What's the future game about the androids? I like that game.
That's Detroit.
The Detroit.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Detroit. I like Detroit.
Which is their best game.
Yes.
But like the rest of their games are not great.
No, I didn't like.
I think the concept of Heavy Rain is interesting.
The concept was better than the game was. You're right.
Well, the problem with Heavy Rain is it's a narrative game that has fucking holes all over it.
That is true.
They do it to try to mislead you, but all it does is make you go, well, then why did that dude do that? That makes no sense.
Like Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit does the same thing.
Like David Cage, you're not that clever. Like you just
and that's how I felt about finding out that they were doing a Star Wars game. Like, oh, great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those games in Star Wars.
Yeah. Activision announced that Warzone gets removed from the default download for Call of Duty, as well as introducing file optimizations as a part of a big tech update. So maybe now I can just download the 50 gigabyte single player and it won't be so bad.
I'm excited about that because that game being so big is ridiculous.
Yeah. What else we got here? Crafton picked up Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP.
Another rake, everybody.
Yeah.
Another rake.
Yeah. Just Microsoft, just like, give them credit for allowing somebody else to pick them up instead of just closing it, but y'all fucked up.
You know what's crazy about that too is that they might not make anything with that IP. And it may have been enough, like it may have been cheap enough to buy that as really good PR. Because I just can't imagine Xbox, giving a shit because
they don't give a shit.
Everybody, yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Xbox, the last news story came out. What was this? Saturday? There's an indie game called Hawk, Haak. That is not coming to Xbox because the developers spent the last year trying to get through CERT. He's not gotten any help.
Just listen. I read that man's thing, and it is funny, but I find it so hard to believe. You mean to tell me in an entire year that no person that works at Microsoft support, because he referenced that he had an issue, I guess, logging onto the site or whatever, and then he reached out to Microsoft support, and they was like, "Oh, nah, player, that's not us. You got to talk to them over there to help." And he didn't get no kind of help. Really?
I believe that, honestly.
Have you heard my Wii U story?
I must not have if it was something like this, because maybe it's because my career is in customer service. I just can't even imagine that. That's fucking ridiculous.
This comes from a customer service sort of story. I worked at Target when they were in Canada. We had Wii U Deluxe models, right?
Oh, wait. Is this the one?
Yeah, we just had this
one
story
where like the price thing, and you told them like,
and
okay.
I told corporate who set our prices,
yeah,
hey, it's scanning wrong. And these bastards came back and said, it's on your end. But, like, they're my end. Like, they're the people that set up the prices. What the fuck do you mean?
Right.
And then the manager looked me in the face and said, like, just change the price. Like, that'll go over well. So, no, and you know what made them fix it? Selling, like, 40 in a single night. And I'm not saying that story is, like, another time I could tell it, but it's like, it's the same shit. Corporate people don't listen. They know better. And you're like, no, right. You don't.
And I think, I guess that's what it is for me, because like I said, my career, working career was in customer service. Like I was always over, a department or help. Even when I was at Macy's, I was doing like the credit card customer service stuff with them. And that's just wild to think that this dude went for a year. Cause I wish somebody on my team would let somebody get ignored for, listen here. Oh, the fuck? That's crazy. But it's another rake. It's another rake. And it just,
you're thinking of it like as the customer side of it. And what happens is when you're dealing with people in the same corporation and like the person at the lower position is saying something to a person in a higher position, which would have been what the support would have to go to, right? Because they were probably having an issue with Microsoft's website to sign up and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's messaging the indie team, and the indie team's trying to message to Xbox, and Xbox is messaging. It may go up the chain, but all it takes is one person to be like, it's fine from my end, guys. Done. There it is.
That's it. Yep, you're right.
Microsoft don't give a fuck. They're like, another game skipping our console? Who cares?
Right, it's Tuesday. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just another game.
Jeez.
All right, I got a couple emails and some tweets, then we'll get out of here.
For you, it was a loss of sales. For me, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. Kurt writes in and says, the Ohio Supreme Court ruling that boneless chicken wings can contain bones. Is Ohio becoming the new Florida?
Yeah, man. Did you not hear about this?
I didn't hear about this. I don't give a fuck.
Listen. I'm gonna run it down for you real quick. So this is the story, because I heard this on the radio the other day. So apparently this dude went to B-Dubs or something in Ohio. He ordered boneless wings, and he ate a wing, and something got caught in his throat, and he was having troubles or whatever. And he's like, I don't know what's wrong. His wife took him to the hospital. And they come to find out he actually has a lot of issues. Like he's still suffering from this. Like he got a punctured something and infection, and a lot of awful stuff happened. And so of course he's tried to sue him, like, listen, I ordered boneless stuff. What the hell? Y'all had a bone in it. Well, the Supreme Court is saying like, well, it's mechanically separated. So if you go to eat as a consumer, or I guess that's what the other people prefer, but if you as a consumer go to eat boneless chicken wings, you have to take the risk knowing that it is mechanically separated and there could be a bone in your boneless chicken wing. And that's what we're doing in Ohio now. Yeah, that's where we stand in Ohio.
So
yeah, laugh at us.
Technically, people are boneless. Because we may or may not have bones in us.
Yeah! That's what. Yeah. So there's it's crazy. Like, yeah, I was like cracking up when I was listening to this story on the radio. Like, not because the dude suffered, and that's awful. But like for the state to be like, yeah, well, so that's what we just, so boneless chicken. Okay. Another day in America.
Man, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Welcome to Ohio.
It's kind of like how right now Disney with the
they try because he signed up for Disney Plus trial.
Yeah, you signed up for a Disney Plus trial.
Oh wait, I think so. I don't know the ins and outs of this, but I saw like something they were referencing it to that episode of South Park where Kyle got turned into the Sentai iPad or whatever because he just said okay to Apple's like terms.
When you sign up for Disney Plus, there's an arbitration clause.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially means you have to talk to them before you can do any legal stuff.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to attack that on to what happened at a theme park that they own, where this lady who made it very clear she had an allergy to a certain type of food asked multiple times to make sure that there wasn't, and they said, no, it's fine, and then she ate it and died.
God.
And they're trying to say, well, because you signed up. Well, you signed up for just because.
That was good.
Fuck you, bitch, you're dead.
That's fucked up.
Tap dance on your grave.
Jesus Christ. That's so. Did they win, or was it?
It's still
going.
going.
About this. Okay.
That's current.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh man. All right, I read this next email earlier. This is a heartwarming email. It's good stuff. This comes from David. He says, "Hi guys, this is going to be a long email. I've been listening to the podcast for the past 10 years.
I'm sorry.
This is the one show every week. Is a must listen for me. I'm trying to find a way to articulate why this show means a lot to me, yet I can't find the words. 10 years ago, my wife was pregnant with our first son. At the same time, with the stresses of knowing my world was going to change big time, I was dealing with a coworker that was making life a living hell. Every day, especially on a Monday, going back to work, I just dreaded it. I was looking for anything to take my mind off of it. Then I stumbled onto your show. I game mainly sports games mixed with some Fortnite, but you guys were able to take my mind off the situation. Driving into work, listening to you just helped me so much. To put it in perspective of why the show is amazing, most of the games you talk about aren't even my jam. But it's your passion. You bring to the podcast different points of view. The fact that, like me, we all got our priorities that comes with adulthood. And when we can find time to game, we still enjoy it. With that said, thanks to all of you for taking the time out to shoot the shit, especially you, Ken, the ringleader, Dave."
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks.
100%.
Sent from Zero Tolerance.
I sent that email to myself. No, I know this guy on Twitter. I chat with him sometimes on Twitter. No, that's cool. Like, I totally get that. Like, there are just some people you kind of gel with, even if you don't share their taste in whatever you're listening about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Stone Age Gamer podcast for me. Like, it used to be this podcast. But Stone Age Gamer, like, honestly, like, not to share their stories too much right now, but one of the hosts just found out he has cancer. But, like, the way he's handling it is fantastic, because, like, they've been making me laugh for years, and, like, it's the character of the guys that make me go back to the podcast. They're like, I guess we better talk about video games. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I like hearing them talk about fucking yard work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that we go off on tangents here. We talk a lot about games, but we definitely talk about a bunch of other stupid
I used
shit.
to think Ken was 1,000 pounds because one of the tangents about, like, fucking Taco Bell.
I've heard that story.
Oh, yeah. And my favorite part is that it was right as he was, like, quitting smoking too.
Yeah, that's happened on this show. Like, that's crazy. Oh yeah.
That just helped reinforce it.
Sounds really good right now.
He pictured me as that dude in the scooter. So, like, the scooter won't even go.
Nice.
The wheels are bowing outward.
Pack of fucking Marlboros in my pocket, you know. Oh shit. All right. Shogun tweets at us and says, "What's up, gents? So this week, a big Xbox game is being announced for a Sony system. I think it's going to be Indiana Jones, but for clicks and hot takes, what do you think the game will be?" To which Wombat, again, on his anniversary, is out here tweeting Sneak King.
That's Sneak King. Wow.
I would play a sequel to Sneak King.
Oh, 100%.
It wasn't bad. That was not bad.
All three of those games were all right. That'll be fine.
Again, for the price you paid for them.
Yep.
Like
games.
$5 with a value meal. Yeah.
And they worked on the original Xbox, which still blows my mind.
There's a whole story about that, by the way.
In a YouTube video, I'm assuming?
Yep. There's a YouTube video about how
I'm gonna need you to link me that.
I'll have to find it. I've watched it in the past, but basically, like, the developers talked about how, like, they were required to do it and nobody had ever done it. So like they had to build proprietary technology for it. It's pretty cool.
All right then.
Clicks wise, the thing that'll blow the internet more than anything is Halo. Like regardless of what you think about Halo right now, if they put Halo on PlayStation, like we're talking like nuclear Chernobyl levels of meltdown.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have lots.
I think that's it. I think that's the Xbox is done.
There it is. Yep, we're gonna have lots of Dreamcast guys faces talking about some
Xbox
is dead.
This Dreamcast guy here. Let me show you my controller. Just to let you know that I'm talking about Xbox.
This guy.
I hate these guys.
What I would pick. I do too, man.
Like the fact that he admitted that he grifts is just
right.
You are a loser behavior.
100%.
Big loser behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would pick. I think. Well, wait. What did you pick? Because you said Halo. But you were going to say something else. Oh, Halo is your pick.
Halo is what I would say. Well, it's not. Let me rephrase that. That's the one I think would be the hot takes, the big clicks. What I think it probably is, if it's even real at this point, I don't believe these people as far as I can throw them. Maybe Flight Sim? I don't know. Like, Forza's a weird one because, like...
Flight Sim has no competition, so that makes sense.
Yeah, like, the Forza rumor that came out, it's like, well, how long does that last? Because that...
If they put Forza on PS4, I'm also going to treat it like, okay, so the Xbox is done.
Really? I don't.
Really?
I don't.
Forza?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you're trying to arguably get into the market of people who play Gran Turismo.
Well, I meant Horizon. Sorry, I should be clear.
Oh, Horizon? Yeah, no, they'd probably be fine.
Like Halo
I know
and
that
Gears
sounds
are big
weird.
ones.
I know that sounds weird, but like, yeah, Forza, just the base Forza, I would be worried about that.
I think they're done with it anyway. I don't care as long as they keep making hardware. I don't care. Like, because the benefit to Xbox to me now is day one Game Pass shit. Like that's
Yep.
That's the big thing to me now. Like exclusives, I don't give a shit. I've got all the consoles. If I wanted to play something, I can play it. Like,
right.
Exclusives don't mean shit to me. Like I don't care. They should do Killer Instinct. Fuck.
That actually it would be. I actually feel like it would be Killer Instinct. I don't know what that would be. My one that I think that
if
I could see.
If it was Killer
jumping.
Instinct, I think they would have done it at Evo.
That's what
fair.
I was going to say. I feel like that would have been the place to announce that.
But I don't think that Microsoft makes sense. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Clearly, they just do whatever they want and hope for the best. Like this.
I think they're smart enough to realize with that one. I feel like it's too obvious to be that dumb to not take that opportunity. When all of the fighting game community is looking in one spot.
Here's Killer Instinct on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think even Nintendo would be smart enough to even just say new Smash Brothers coming. Smash is there that year, depending on Nintendo.
That's fair.
Starfield, I feel like would be.
Starfield's been rumored so heavily, so much that I at this point don't believe it.
I think Starfield also did poorly enough critically that it's not the win. That I don't worry about Xbox at that point.
No,
I'm like, yeah, makes
like
sense.
they made a shitload of money off of Starfield. They don't need a second poor reception of that game, which would be funny if it comes out and somehow reviews better on PlayStation. Maybe we'd have a different conversation.
That would be wild, but I mean that's what happened with.
No, I think you might get that horseshit, the couple of points for visuals or some stupid garbage. But I think fundamentally that game is just not built in a way that people want space games to be built.
I bet you it would run better on the PlayStation.
I'm sure it would.
All right. Last tweet comes in for Jeremy. Says, "Hey guys, I'm still chugging along in Baldur's Gate 3. I think I'm getting close to the end of the first act at 75 friggin' hours. Still loving the game and just taking my time. The controls are pretty easy to pick up after being away for a week or more. What games have you come back to, and did the controls mess you up? For me, Horizon Zero Dawn killed me. I had to give myself a couple hours to get back into it. Thanks for the show, dudes.
I mean, any modern game I will walk away from, I usually have to relearn everything.
I was about to say, I'm the same way. When I take like breaks and like come back to something, it's Jesus. I'm like, what's this button do? What is this one? Like,
It's not necessarily
like
the it's not necessarily the buttons, because every third person, first person game kind of plays the same. It's like what do these abilities kind of do thing, like when I press this button, what magical thing happens?
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
But like going back to like older games, Jesus Christ. You want to talk about using the claw motion for your hand to play some of these games? Like, how did we survive? Jesus.
How am I going to play Shrek with the fart button constantly being pressed?
Yeah, you just watched that Austin video too.
I actually didn't finish it yet. Now that you remind me. No, I actually watched... I've actually watched stories about that game. I know somebody who knows somebody who worked on that.
It was built by DICE, which still blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, and the composer for that game works at Big Blue Bubble, which is from London, Ontario, where I used to live, and I know someone that works there. Singing My Singing Monsters is the same composer.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I know about the Shrek game, but I did see it a bit in Austin. There's also somebody who went through every Shrek game. That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I was about to say, like, for what?
Like, is there, like, can you literally name a Shrek game that's good?
Wasn't a kart racing game not bad?
No, it was not good.
No.
Was it bad? Oh, okay.
It was kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it.
No, the Smash Brothers clone. Or
no.
I don't even think it's...
Oh, that game's not good.
I don't think I played that one. But that wasn't just Shrek, though,
That's the
right?
only
Wasn't
one
that
I hear
all the
good things
DreamWorks
about.
people?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, for some reason they do the DreamWorks Racers and Smash Brothers clones, and I have no idea why. Like, who has a penchant for that universe except for fucking Shrek?
All those characters have these unique styles, too, that don't blend well.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I didn't even, like, you would show me that game, I'm like, oh, that's the same thing. Oh, okay. Although Snow White in the new movie looks like Lord Farquaad.
So I've seen pictures of people like dunking on that. I haven't seen the trailer. I have no idea. Like, is that really how it looks? Like, that's how, that wasn't like an exaggeration that somebody made or whatever?
You talk about the CGI dwarves?
Yeah, like
No, that's what it looks like. That's the trailer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
like
Disney
said,
don't give a
pictures.
fuck. Well, what do you got? Like,
Apparently not.
I don't know. Movies are weird, man.
You know what I remember from the original Snow White movie, the old cartoon? Everything having a yellow tinge to it.
Probably because the old film grain.
No, I'm being sarcastic. That's what the new movie looks like.
I was
Oh,
about to say, it does. That picture that I look like. That's what I'm saying. I figured that was, the picture was just somebody that, like, you know, AI arted or did something.
no,
Like it just,
no, that's Disney. And then everybody like threw their hands up because I guess Peter Dinklage is responsible for that. Like,
oh wow,
because he makes it impossible for other dwarves to get acting jobs or something. Like, he convinced Disney to use CGI instead of actual dwarves. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, Peter Dinklage is out here pulling up the ladder behind him?
right? That's so fucked up.
That is.
You know that wizard.
I feel like it's a little bit more cruel when everybody is vertically challenged.
Right.
And this
There's
one
an
dude
extra
is
layer.
pulling up the ladder behind him.
There's an extra layer of cruelty.
Holy shit.
I mean, I'm not sure that you're aware, but that wizard came from the moon.
Oh,
I had heard that. He pulled that ladder up after he got there.
also,
too.
I looked up. I'm like, yeah, there was that DreamWorks racing game that came out
That thing is, yeah.
last year, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that game, like, Shrek doesn't look like anybody else. And it's like, yeah, he doesn't look like the characters from Kung Fu Panda at all.
No.
Or Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Like
Or
they all
Boss
so different.
Baby. Boss baby. Gross. Oh, character from Madagascar. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all these characters. They look like generic assets bought and thrown together.
I mean, that's kind of what the game feels like, to be fair. You know.
Oof.
Anyway, that's all the tweets. If you want to tweet at us, it's at ZTGD Radio. If you want to send us an email, it's podcasts, ztgd.com. That's all I got. Gamescom, so there'll be a lot of news next week. Maybe we'll talk about whatever Xbox game gets announced. If an Xbox game gets announced, I don't know.
They've announced that its announcement is moving till next year.
I told you, my sources told me it was whacked. You know.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
What?
The Xbox game going to PlayStation, it's whacked.
Whacked.
Oh.
You're whacked. You know what whacked is.
No.
You totally know what it is if I showed you, because that game was popular for the naked girl with the sensor bars.
Yep.
Hold on.
For the original Xbox, it launched with Xbox Live.
I do not remember this game at all.
It's bad.
I know a lot of games. I've never touched. I've never even heard of this game before.
Man, Xbox
It wasn't
needs,
great.
Xbox needs to bring back Kung Fu Chaos. That's what needs to happen.
That was fun.
That
I
shit
liked
was
Kung-
great.
That crazy puppet, that was good. I liked Kung Fu.
I sometimes wish someone would buy all these licenses, like these forgotten mascot pieces of trash, and put all the characters together, because they all are sort of failed together.
Yeah,
Like, just have them in the same universe. Mash the IPs together.
it's fucking
They're not
good.
worth anything. You might as well try it.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Like the rabbit design from Whacked.
Yeah, he was. The designs in that game are fine, but the game itself, straight trash. Anyway, that's the show for this week. So unless anybody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitch.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.